Good Morning San Antonio starts right now.
Making news this morning, the latest on a shooting on the southeast side that left 2 people critically injured.
And as medical experts warn of a potential 4th coronavirus surge here at home, new options for getting vaccinated open up today in Texas.
Wild weather weekend yet again. We had changes blow through yesterday, and this morning it's a bit on the cool side. We'll check with Mike in just a moment. Good morning, everybody. Hope you had a wonderful weekend. It is Monday, the 29th of March.
Happy Monday. Hope you had a wonderful weekend as well. The weather was definitely interesting and beautiful.
It was gorgeous yesterday. And we're so far, yes, Mike? Tell your story.
Mike's laughing at me. I told Mike that I knew, because we had been talking about it, I knew there would be rain Sunday, but I wanted to go running, and I was like, I'll go early and I'll beat the rain. And I got greedy. I was trying to get some extra miles, and of course I got caught in the downpour, so I'm hiding under the Via bus just to take cover.
So her autobiography is Running in the Rain.
And hubby to the rescue, right?
Yes, Luis was, are you okay? Do you need to be picked up? Yes, pick me up, please.
Well, it was, it was funny, only 0.03 of an inch of rain officially out there at the airport. My yard we got some decent rain when some of those storms moved through. And then it was very windy yesterday. Now things have settled down. Nice start this morning. Do grab a jacket. Temperatures are in the 40s and 50s right now. Low 40s in the hill country, 51 here in town. And we'll continue to cool down just a little bit because we've got some very dry air in place. And we do also have some mostly clear skies. A couple of clouds are hanging around out there, but I saw the big, beautiful, technically one day past full moon, but it's awfully bright out there. Oak. Really, it was coming. It's been holding off, but Oak is on the high side, Mold moderate, everything else is on the low side this morning. And throughout the rest of today, of course, grab a jacket because we're going to be dropping down. I'm going for 47 for a low here in town, definitely on the chilly side. And we'll see a few more clouds throughout the day. Call it partly cloudy skies, and 75 for a high temperature. Humidity is going to be coming back in here, and we're going to start off with mist and drizzle tomorrow morning and very warm and humid. And then for the start of April, this is no April Fool's joke. We got another pretty good front coming on through here. So keep your jacket handy this week. Details coming up in just a couple of minutes. Traffic Authority, Samuel King, what is going on, sir?
Good morning, Mike. Good morning, everyone. We do have a pretty serious crash. This one's on the north side, 1604. So let's take a look at the maps here so we can show you this on the maps. Again, this is a 1604 between Huebner and Blanco. And you can see traffic, some delays there now. So there's the eastbound lanes here on 1604 closed between Huebner and Blanco. Traffic having to get off back at Bitters right now. So we'll continue to keep an eye on this one throughout the morning. Also, some construction around, including up here in Comal County, just north of New Braunfels. Of one southbound lane at Conrad's is shut down for construction, so that's causing some delays if you're heading southbound into New Braunfels on 35. In the city, we just saw this here, northbound on 35. They're doing some sign work on 35 between Olympia and 90, so in both directions. So you might see the trucks here until 5 o'clock. But the traffic times right now, 10 minutes. And then on the southwest side, also 10 minutes between 410 and downtown. And here's a look at TransGuide right now, I-10 at Frio. Looking fine right now, and we'll continue to keep an eye on things this morning. Mark, Stephanie?
Thank you, Samuel. San Antonio police continue to investigate a shooting on the southeast side where 4 people were hurt late last night. It happened just after 9 p.m. at an apartment complex in the 1000 block of Dollarhide Avenue. Police say a group of individuals were involved in a disturbance that led to the shooting. Investigators say the shooting spread throughout the entire apartment complex after at least 3 people with firearms continued shooting at each other. Authorities found 3 different types of shell casings at the scene. Police say 3 people were hit by that gunfire, including a 16-year-old boy and a 19-year-old woman who were taken to Brooke Army Medical Center in critical condition. A 3rd person was shot in the arm and was taken to a hospital in stable condition. No arrests have been made.
It's a big day in the history of the pandemic. As of today, all adults in Texas are eligible to receive a COVID-19 vaccine. Anyone 16 or older who wants one can now sign up for one. Our Sarah Costa joins us live downtown with what you need to know. Good morning, Sarah.
Good morning, Mark. Yeah, so if you're an adult in Texas, you're able to get that vaccine. Texas opening up its vaccine eligibility to all adults makes it the most populous state in the U.S. to do so. Texas has nearly 30 million residents, so even if you are 16 and 17, you can get the vaccine, but it must be a Pfizer vaccine. So if you haven't been able to sign up or get a vaccine at this time, here is how you can do so. There are currently 4 public vaccine distribution sites in the city: Metro Health's clinic at the Alamo Dome, a WellMed clinic at the Elvira Cisneros Senior Community Center on the south side, a WellMed clinic at the Alicia Trevino Lopez Senior Community Center, that's on the west side, and University Health's clinic at the Wonderland of America's Mall. Now, appointments are needed for all 4 of these public locations, either made online or by phone. You can find that phone number and the website links on KSAT.com. There are other places that are also distributing vaccines. They are not part of the public system, however. CVS pharmacies, Walmart pharmacies, HEB pharmacies are all distributing a certain amount of those vaccines. Now, there are certain locations that you have to get these vaccines. All of these places require appointments. You can find the phone numbers to do so and the online links all online. We have it on one page on KSAT.com. Reporting live from downtown, I'm Sarah Acosta, KSAT 12 News. Mark and Stephanie.
Today, besides Texas, more states are also expanding who's eligible for the vaccine.
ABC's Andrew Dimbert has the latest developments in the fight against the coronavirus.
This morning, more Americans are becoming eligible for the COVID vaccine. In Texas, all adults can get the shot beginning today, and in Florida, anyone 40 and older is now eligible.
So we're anticipating a rush. We're ready for it, but the best thing to do is plan ahead and come prepared.
Despite higher vaccination rates, COVID infections are on the rise in nearly half the country. 1 year after becoming the epicenter of the pandemic, New York and New Jersey once again have the highest infection rates. The uptick blamed on a perfect storm of relaxed restrictions, a surge in travel, and the spread of the more contagious variants of the virus, including that UK variant.
We have to understand that there is a higher amount of population density in certain cities, alongside the fact that we do have some homegrown variants, such as in New York, which could be contributing to this as well. There's also the fact that in places like Texas and Florida, there may be something to do with more outdoor spaces. And also one thing to keep in mind with those spring breakers, they will travel back to where they came.
In Omaha, Nebraska, a daycare voluntarily closed after more than 100 cases were traced back to the facility, a significant number believed to be the UK variant.
What do you do then with all of these children who have now tested positive and could potentially deal with the ramifications of this for weeks, months on end?
Andrew Dimbert, ABC News, New York.
Turning to the coronavirus, and the latest here in Bexar County, health officials are reporting 317 new cases and no new deaths. At the same time, 1,259 backlog cases and 67 deaths have been added to the all-time count. 182 people remain in local hospitals, with 74 in the ICU and 37 on ventilators.
And time now is 4:38 and about 54 degrees right now.
Still ahead on GMSA, a preview of today's opening statements in the murder trial of former Minneapolis police officer Derek Chauvin.
Plus, San Antonio Spurs, they're going to try to get another win tonight against Sacramento. We're going to take a look at their week ahead.
And we are watching and waiting to see what's going to happen with our weather this week. But as we start out early Monday morning, yes, definitely light jacket weather, mid-50s here in town to lower 50s. Yeah, it seems like it's cooling off the further we go into the morning hours. We'll be right back. Nearly a year after George Floyd died, opening statements begin today in the murder trial of former Minneapolis police officer Derek Chauvin, the man charged in his death. On Sunday, members of Floyd's family were joined by civil rights leaders at a prayer vigil in Minneapolis demanding justice for Floyd. After cell phone video captured the entire incident on tape, Floyd's death sparked one of the largest social justice movements in U.S. history.
President Joe Biden will lay out the first part of his multi-trillion-dollar economic recovery package this week, focusing on rebuilding roads, bridges, and other infrastructure. A separate plan in April will address child and health care. White House Press Secretary Jen Psaki says the administration plans to split the package into 2 legislative proposals. Biden is set to release details in a speech on Wednesday in Pittsburgh about his proposal for federal investments in physical infrastructure.
Here's a look at this week's schedule for the San Antonio Spurs, coming off a win against the Chicago Bulls Saturday night. Spurs are welcoming the Kings to town tonight. Tip-off against Sacramento, 7:30 at the AT&T Center. Wednesday, Kings stay in town for the rematch. The historic homestay continues Thursday against the Atlanta Hawks, and then Saturday against the Indiana Pacers.
They're so busy.
I know, it's super busy right now.
It's a jam-packed schedule. Well, go Spurs, go.
Yes, right now we're at 442 and we are at 51 degrees.
Yes. And coming up next, crews are getting closer to completely dislodging that massive ship that's been causing a traffic jam of global proportions in the Suez Canal. And welcome back. It's 4:45. The massive cargo ship that's blocking the Suez Canal has been partially refloated this morning. ABC's Mona Kassar Abdi has the details in today's GMA First Look.
In this morning's GMA First Look, the Ever Given, that massive cargo ship blocking the Suez Canal, is on its way to freedom. Horns sounding off from the ship in celebration as tugboat reinforcements and high tide allowed crews to partially refloat the 200,000-ton carrier that has been blocking one of the world's busiest shipping canals for almost a full week. The logjam that can be seen from space started Tuesday. Strong winds contributing to the vessel shifting sideways and running aground. The Suez Canal is a critical shortcut between Asia and Europe. Without it, ships would be forced to take a more expensive, more dangerous journey around Africa that could take 12 days or more. Billions of dollars of goods are at a standstill. And coming up at 7 a.m., we'll have more on the effort to clear the Suez Canal and get those 300 stranded ships on the move again. With your GMA First Look, I'm Mona Kassar Abdi, ABC News, New York.
Right now it's 4:46. A San Antonio woman broke barriers to make her mark on the taxi service industry.
She's coming up next on What's Up South Texas, and where she tells our Japhanie Gray about the obstacles she had to overcome to reach her goal.
It was a few trips walking miles from the store with busted paper bags of groceries that made Linda Renee Thomas beg her dad to teach her how to drive.
My dad set me on his lap, set me on a pillow, and then handed me the key.
She was 12 years old and has been driving ever since. Now, at 66, Linda owns and operates her own taxi service. She started Alert Taxi 2 years ago.
I wanted it to sound like alert, and that's what you must be when you are driving.
But it wasn't a career that came easy. Linda drove for shuttle, limo, and taxi companies.
We have taxi drivers that are from countries that don't allow or believe that females are supposed to be driving. I know for a fact I helped change their mind.
Courage she's had since she could remember.
I even climbed trees when I was told girls don't climb trees, okay?
But Linda was faced with another obstacle.
I was paying to work. I had to pay to have keys to those vehicles. When you can't pay for your lease, they want the keys. And I've been in that position quite a few times. That was embarrassing, insulting, to say the least.
Linda also struggled with being bipolar and with addiction, but for 25 years, she's
clean and serene
and happier than she's ever been now that she controls her own destiny.
I am so free. I'm so free.
And being without a lot at times, she sacrifices for those in need.
I will pick up a little old lady if I see her sitting at the bus stop. Anybody with children walking. Come on, get in. I don't have no money. Get in.
Linda says she hopes her journey inspires others to act on their goals in life.
If you're not doing nothing, you won't receive nothing. Okay? Do the damn thing.
For What's Up South Texas, I'm Japhanie Gray.
Oh, that's cool that Linda's like, if there's somebody on the side of the road, like children or elderly person, she's like, come on, get in here. That's so cool.
Anybody. And again, it's Ms. Linda Renee Thomas.
That's right. And let's go ahead and check in with Samuel King this morning, bright and early.
Thank you, Stephanie and Mark. We saw this situation on 1604. This is the closest view we have. This is 1604 Northwest Military. Eastbound lanes are closed a little past there because of an earlier crash. So let's take a look at that on the maps if we could here. And you can see there's still less of a delay at the moment, but at last check, traffic was told to get off here at Bitters instead of going eastbound at Huebner, and then the road reopens. Let me step out of the way there at Blanco, so you can get past that there, and we'll have more on this crash throughout the morning. Here's a look at how that's impacting things at 1604 right now. 12 minutes now between Bandera and 281. Again, most of the slowdown you'll have is over there a little bit closer to 281 around Huebner and Blanco. And we still have this situation here until for another 10 minutes or so at least on 35 in Comal County. You can see this was down pretty to about 35 miles per hour just a few minutes ago there between Conrad's and FM 306. They are doing some road work up there. And again, here is another look at 1604 right now. You see traffic moving on this side, but again, you start to see the activity there at Huebner. So again, we'll have more updates on this throughout the morning, guys.
All right, we'll have drivers watch out for that. Thank you, Samuel.
And Mike has the sound of water this morning.
Cool picture. Yeah, I mean, this is the time of year when it's not too hot and you can get out and enjoy this, and enjoying this, yeah, just sitting there enjoying trickling of the water. It's like one of those, noise machines or something, but just to kind of kick back and soak it all in. Beautiful for that.
I wonder
gorgeous.
where that was at here in San Antonio.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I was trying to... Well, Nelda, if you are watching, let us know where that is.
Please.
Send another picture in, please. We've got mostly clear skies right now. A couple of clouds hanging around here. Saw the big, beautiful moon out there this morning. And coming up next, we'll swing the camera over once it gets a little bit lower, and we'll see if we can see the moon. Dew point, humidity. It's very, very dry. Of course, it was kind of getting humid on Saturday. The front moved through here, dried things out yesterday, windy conditions. It's going to be nice throughout the rest of today with the humidity, but notice how the wind starts to shift around out of the southeast, and overnight, here comes the humidity coming back on in here. And so we're going to be seeing probably some mist and drizzle in the morning and a little bit of patchy fog around the area. And then it stays fairly humid throughout the rest of the day tomorrow. But then notice that dry air coming on in here. That will move in. It's almost a similar situation to what we had Saturday into yesterday, where we had all the humidity. And then we got some of that drier air moving on in here. So we are going to be seeing a little bit of mist and drizzle, and then just basically cloudy conditions throughout the day tomorrow. We do have another front which will move on through here, and that's going to be about early mid-morning on Wednesday. So we'll start off kind of mild, and then temperatures are going to be staying on the cool side. Nothing showing up on the satellite picture as of right now, and really around the country there's not a heck of a lot going on. Snow way out there, another big low, and that's the one that's going to be pulling the front through here on Wednesday morning. It's basically going to traverse the northern portion of the country, but again, that'll swing that front on through here. And temperatures on Wednesday, now again, it depends on which computer model you look at, but I'm going for just mid-60s for high temperature on Wednesday. So it is definitely going to be on the cool side. It's going to be very windy as well. Today, we are going to have more sunshine in the first portion of the day, and then a few more clouds later on. So call it mostly sunny skies, 68 degrees at noon, and then a high temperature today up to 75. Partly cloudy skies. So we get a jacket this morning, probably not in the afternoon. And then tomorrow morning, it's going to be just a little bit milder, mist and drizzle, a lot of fog around here. And pardon me, I forgot to take the Passover off of there. I apologize for that. But then 65 will be up to 82 tomorrow, 65 on Wednesday, and much cooler, very, very windy conditions around here. So that's April 1st, no April Fool's Day. And it's going to be staying kind of cool in the mornings. Easter Sunday, 74.
You're rolling out all the icons this week.
I know. We got April Fool's Day, Good Friday,
and a basket full of eggs. Yep.
Easter Sunday.
Very appropriate. Thanks, Mike.
4:53 on your Monday morning.
And coming up next, Godzilla vs. Kong breaks a pandemic record, plus Justin Bieber celebrating another musical milestone.
A giant success for two massive Hollywood icons, plus Justin Bieber is celebrating a new studio album.
For the latest on what's happening in Hollywood, here's ABC's Christopher Watson.
It's Godzilla. Godzilla vs. Kong's posted a pandemic record international opening with $121.8 million from 38 markets over the weekend. Almost 60% of that came from China. The movie opens nationwide and drops on HBO Max Wednesday.
Me?
I'm nobody. Bob Odenkirk's action thriller Nobody opened this weekend too, grossing $6.7 million domestically. That's a bit less than the projected $7 million bow, but no one's complaining. Justin Bieber's new studio album, Justice, has just become his 8th to debut in the #1 spot on the Billboard 200 all-genre album chart. It sold 154,000 equivalent album units to get there, 77% of which were streaming. San Diego Comic-Con's going to give it another shot this Thanksgiving weekend for its first in-person event since 2019. Rolling the dice that the pandemic will allow it by then. And Monty Python's Eric Idle is 78 Monday. And that's what's happening in Hollywood. I'm Christopher Watson, ABC News.
It's about 3 till right now.
And still ahead on GMSA, nearly a year after George Floyd died, opening statements begin today in the murder trial of former Minneapolis police officer who was charged in his death.
Plus, malware masquerading as a system update has been attacking Android smartphones. We have more just ahead in Tech Bites.
Live from KSAT 12. Good Morning San Antonio starts right now.
It's the opening statements for the trial of Derek Chauvin. I'm Mike Ajachi reporting in Minneapolis. Coming up, how this trial will be like no other.
Back here at home after more weather changes this weekend, we starting out our Monday a bit on the cool side yet again. It is not shorts and flip-flop weather this morning. Good morning, everybody. It is Monday, the 29th of March.
Thanks for joining us this morning. Yeah, definitely have that light jacket handy today.
Mike Osterage is here with temperatures that continue to cool off this morning.
Yep, and we are down to 50 right now here in town. We'll continue to cool off a few more degrees, and it's going to be a gorgeous start this morning. We've got a couple of clouds out there. Big old, technically one day past full, but big old full moon. And look at that bottom number. Dew point temperature is at 36 right now, so really dry air. That's going to be changing in the overnight hours. Now today, jacket this morning, won't need it by this afternoon, getting up to 75 degrees. We will have a couple of more clouds hanging around here later on this afternoon, as well as going into tonight. The aquifer went up 1/10 of a foot in yesterday's reading, and the allergens, you knew it was coming. Oak really went up in yesterday's reading, 23, almost 2,400, definitely on the high side. And then just another, grocery list full of allergens out there with all those trees in blossom now in the springtime. All right, look at the water vapor imagery. And when you see that dark shade and even that kind of tan shade on there, that means some really dry air upstairs in the atmosphere. And that's why we had those beautiful blue skies yesterday. And we've got a lot of clear skies. Now, some of this moisture, even upstairs in the atmosphere, is going to start to work its way back in here. So we'll see a few more clouds as the afternoon rolls on. Call it partly cloudy skies, but this morning starting off obviously mostly clear, chilly, jacket weather. Won't need it by the afternoon, and then the humidity comes back in overnight pretty quickly. So we're going to have some mist and fog in the morning, and it's going to be warm and humid in the afternoon. And then Wednesday is going to be sort of transition day. New month, April Fools. No April Fools on this one, though. We got a cold front moving on through here, and it is going to hold temperatures just about in the mid-60s on Wednesday. Maybe a sprinkle in the morning as it moves through. Windy and cool, and you're going to get some good use out of a jacket for morning. Low temperatures are going to be on the chilly side, with the exception of tomorrow. But yeah, for the rest of the week, keep a jacket handy. We'll take a look at Easter weekend coming up in just a couple of minutes. Traffic Authority Samuel King, and you got a big problem out there, right, sir?
Yes, we do, Mike. 1604 in Huebner. This is the view from a military a little west of there this morning, and we have had a crash that's close some eastbound lanes. We can take a closer look at that on the maps here. Again, this is 1604 on the north side. This is Huebner here. And this is Blanco. So the eastbound lanes have been closed between Huebner and Blanco, and traffic have been diverted here at Bitters right now. We're not seeing as much of a delay here on Blanco as we were, so that might be an indication things might be improving there fairly soon. But we'll have more on this crash throughout the morning. Looking at some travel times, green all around. Don't often see this, but here we are. 26 minutes coming in for New Braunfels, half an hour coming in on I-10 into downtown San Antonio from Seguin, and 25 minutes coming in from Bernie. Again, this is a TransGuide. Again, 1604 in Huebner. You see the police activity there. Some traffic getting through, but still emergency crews on the scene. We'll have another update on this coming up. Mark, Stephanie.
Thank you, Samuel. The trial of Derek Chauvin is set to begin in a matter of hours. The former Minneapolis police officer is charged with killing George Floyd last Memorial Day.
He now faces several charges and decades in jail. ABC's Ike Ajachi is in Minneapolis with the latest.
This morning, a city and a nation still reeling.
Our community has endured a great deal of trauma and pain and stress and frustration and anger.
Last Memorial Day, video from bystanders captured then Minneapolis police officer Derek Chauvin, who's white, kneeling on George Floyd's neck as the black man lay on the street face down for more than 9 minutes and 20 seconds, according to court documents. On the eve of the trial, a rally for George Floyd hosted by Reverend Al Sharpton.
But let us be clear that it is not just Chauvin on trial. The United States' ability to deal with police accountability is on trial.
Floyd's death sparking one of the largest social justice movements in U.S. history. And now, 10 months later, the former police officer will stand trial. Chauvin is facing manslaughter, second and third degree murder charges. He's pleaded not guilty to all of them. And this morning, the jury will begin listening to opening statements.
On both sides, the focus will be on causation, whether or not it's Derek Chauvin that caused the death of George Floyd.
COVID-19 restrictions making this trial look like no other. Plexiglass partitions, jurors sitting 6 feet apart. 8 of the 14 jurors expected to be seated self-identify as white and 6 as people of color. Once the trial begins, one member of Floyd's family will be in court each day. The family's attorney telling MSNBC he's prepared his clients for a difficult experience.
Them that they're going to see that video over and over again. They're also going to hear them assassinate the character of George Floyd.
Now, the city's mayor says there'll be heightened security throughout the entire trial. All 4 officers, they've been fired, and this trial is expected to last a month. Ike Ajachi, ABC News, Minneapolis.
A San Antonio family remembering their 23-year-old loved one a year after police say he was gunned down at the hands of his relative. Christopher Karaman's life was celebrated yesterday during a balloon release memorial in the 1800 block of West Pyron Avenue. San Antonio police say that is where he was shot by his cousin, 22-year-old Edison Karaman. Now, Edison was arrested for murder, but soon bonded out on a $150,000 bond. Christopher's family says they are heartbroken that true justice has not been served.
Gun violence is not the answer. It's not the answer, and the legacy of #ChrisStrong is going to live forever. I will always act as his mother, as his voice, as his advocate, and we are demanding justice.
Court records show Edison is tentatively scheduled for a trial on May 28th.
Starting today, most people in Texas who want a vaccine will be able to get one, as eligibility will be officially expanded to all adults. Also, anyone 80 or older will be able to visit the Alamo Dome during the afternoon hours and get a vaccine without an appointment.
And as if navigating the coronavirus pandemic wasn't hard enough, expecting parents are facing some extra challenges. For pregnant women, the pandemic provides a whole new set of concerns. And being pregnant comes with a greater risk of getting COVID-19. That's the question we're asking. Will the vaccine harm an unborn child? Will the baby be safe if the mother gets COVID while giving birth? All month long, we've been receiving your questions, and this Wednesday we'll be answering with a panel of experts. Our town hall event will cover not only pregnancy, but infertility concerns as well. A panel of 4 experts will be standing by. Join us for our Pregnancy and Infertility in a Pandemic Town Hall this Wednesday at 2 p.m. You can stream the event online at KSAT.com or on your KSAT TV app, wherever you stream.
Right now it is 5:08, and I think, what's the temperature, Mike?
I think it's 50 degrees. Yeah.
50? Thank you. It took 3 people. We figured it out.
And still ahead, more details on a warning for Android smartphone users regarding harmful malware.
And next, how a mental health pilot program at South San ISD continues to grow and how it's helping students overcome.
And taking a look outside with live cam again. That screen says 54, but it's 50 degrees. Keep that jacket handy all week long, even though it's springtime. We're going to check in with Mike later on.
2 years ago, a mental health pilot program began at South San ISD. Since then, that program has expanded. It is now helping more students, their families, and faculty.
Our Erica Hernandez has been following this program since it first started and has more about its growth.
In August 2019, the Care Zone opened up at South San ISD, a collaborative program involving 6 local agencies that gave the district a mental health wellness mobile unit after students asked for more services.
The beauty of the collaborative right now is who knew that literally 2 years ago that we would expand to 3 districts.
Harlandale and Edgewood ISDs have since added the Care Zone, and 8 more districts are in the process of including it as well.
In our first year, we had 1,600 people, and it's grown now with the 3 school districts. We've now, since the beginning of this year, we've seen over 5,000 people.
The program's curriculum has also expanded as a result of the pandemic, and services became widely available virtually.
Teachers and the administrators did not have any roadmap to deal with this, but now they had our services to consult with, to really figure out how to implement behavioral health challenges in the classroom over Zoom.
The program is now also getting noticed across the nation as more children and families are in need of mental health resources. We have more information about the Care Zone on our website. Also, we have a mental wellness section for those seeking more information about the topic. Erica Hernandez, KSAT 12 News.
5:13, about 50 degrees.
And coming up next, a warning about malware masquerading as an update on Android phones.
I had a close look at Razer's new high-tech face mask concept.
If you have obstructive sleep apnea and you're often tired during the day, you could be missing out on amazing things. Sunosi can help you stay awake for them. Once daily Sunosi improves wakefulness in adults with excessive daytime sleepiness due to obstructive sleep apnea. Sunosi worked for up to 9 hours at 12 weeks in a clinical study. Sunosi does not treat the cause of OSA or take the place of your CPAP. Continue to use any treatments or devices as prescribed by your doctor. Don't take Sunosi if you've taken an MAOI in the last 14 days. Sunosi may increase blood pressure and heart rate, which can increase your risk of heart attack, stroke, heart failure, or death. Tell your doctor if you have a heart condition or high blood pressure. Sunosi can cause symptoms such as anxiety, problems sleeping, irritability, and agitation. Other common side effects include headache, nausea, and decreased appetite. Tell your doctor if you develop any of these, as your dose may need to be adjusted or stopped. Amazing things happen during the day. Sunosi can help you stay awake for whatever amazes you. Visit Sunosi.com and talk to your doctor about Sunosi today.
5:17, new malware masquerading as a system update is attacking Android phones. ABC's Andrew Dimbert has details in today's Tech Bites.
In today's Tech Bites, a bogus update attacking Android phones. Malware disguised as a system update has been infecting the devices. Researchers say the app steals data, images, and messages from Android phones and can even take over the devices to record phone calls. A high-tech face mask concept is about to become a reality. The electronics company Razer announced plans to manufacture its reusable light-infused N95 mask. It has a built-in microphone and speaker for voice projection. It traps 95% of airborne particles, and it's transparent. Finally, the drama in the Suez Canal is also playing out on Microsoft's Flight Simulator. A video shows a cockpit view of the canal along with the cargo ship that's been blocking the waterway for nearly a week. A captain's voice tells passengers they have a big problem. Those are your Tech Bites. Have a great day.
You said you wanted the new mask to sound like Bane from the Dark Knight movies?
Well, here you go.
You think darkness is your ally? Like that? You pay extra for that filter.
It might sound like that anyway.
Which Darth Vader be better?
No, which Bane or Darth Vader
The
would you rather
voice?
have? Yeah.
Well, that'd be even more because you got to pay the Disney licensing fees.
That's true. This is very true. Yeah, either way, it'd be a lot of fun, I think.
Samuel standing by the traffic lab with an update on our Monday morning commute so far.
Yeah, pretty busy this morning. This is just popped up. There's a stalled vehicle here at I-10 West at Loop 410. You can see that there on the maps. But we still have the big thing here, and this is on 1604 eastbound lanes. And again, we have a little bit of a delay here. Eastbound 1604 Huebner and Blanco, the eastbound lanes are closed. Our Katrina Weber has been heading out to the scene. She reports that this is still true on the ground, that these lanes are closed and the on-ramp. So that's something you're going to have to navigate around this morning. Taking a look at the travel time right now, still not really impacting things until you get over there. So from Bandera to 281 on 1604, 13 minutes right now. And then here's a look again at that stalled vehicle we have here. This is 410 West at I-10 West. You can kind of see it there on this ramp. Not the best location for a stalled vehicle, so we hope that gets cleared out soon.
Thank you, Samuel. Yeah, it's pretty dangerous right there. Oh, yeah, I was going to say this picture, he did it again.
Yep.
I did not know that was Woodlawn Lake.
Yep. At night with the full moon out there, a couple of clouds hanging around. Great shot. I love that. Thank you very much for that one, Mr. McClellan. Don't forget to send in your KSAT Connect pictures. And speaking of the moon, I was trying to find it. I don't think it's low enough on the horizon or in the sky yet to pick it up on this this live cam there, but as you can see, we do have mostly clear skies right now. A couple of clouds are kind of hanging on in here. Yesterday, we did make it up to 76 in town, 78 in Cotulla. Of course, that breezy 76 degrees, it is downright windy. And today, we're going to be right around mid 70s again. So just about a normal high temperature, 30-year average high temperature. And as far as any clouds, we'll have a few of them kind of moving on in here later on this afternoon. They'll start to just kind of invade from the south a little bit more. So more sunshine this morning, and then a few more clouds, especially down south later on today. And then clouds are really going to come back in here. Overnight, we'll have a little bit of mist, maybe a couple of sprinkles around tomorrow morning. And that's as the humidity comes back on into the picture. And then basically just cloudy skies throughout the day tomorrow. Now, overnight into Wednesday, a couple of more little sprinkly showers are possible. And also notice how this kind of forms up into a line right here. That's the front that's going to be moving through here about, say, mid-morning. We will start off on the mild side, and then temperatures, it's looking like, I mean, there are a couple of computer models that are really, really cold, but going from mid-60s in the afternoon on Wednesday and very windy conditions. So it'll be jacket weather all day long on Wednesday and maybe a little bit of sunshine then in the afternoon. So tomorrow, we have a lot of humidity. It comes back in overnight. Then there's the front that moves on through here. That really, really dries us out then Wednesday into Thursday. And with that dry air in place, that's going to allow temperatures to really drop down. So it's going to be chilly throughout the afternoon on Wednesday. And then low temperatures will be in the upper 40s, looks like, by even Thursday, Friday morning. So jacket's going to be a pretty good idea every morning. Tomorrow, maybe, but this morning and then every other morning the rest of the week. And then we get a little bit more humidity coming back in here as we go in toward the weekend, Saturday, as well as Easter Sunday. Nothing showing up on the satellite picture right now. There's some of those clouds well down to the south, which will start to kind of edge up in here. And then we're looking off to the northwest for our next system. Now, that's going to primarily stay well up to the north of us, but this kind of trough is going to dig down in here, and that's what's going to send the front through here Wednesday morning, and we get into that northwesterly flow, and so that's what's going to keep us on the cool side and bring that front on through here. So this is going to be a pretty good front for this late in the season. 68 degrees today at noon, mostly sunny skies, and then we'll see a few more clouds throughout the afternoon. 75 high temperature, basically normal. Comfortable humidity today. Humidity comes back in here overnight then. And so tomorrow, probably some mist and fog around here. Lots of clouds. 82, a humid 82. And then we'll start off mild Wednesday. And then that front moves through. Only 65 in the afternoon. Very windy. And then we have the start of April on Thursday. And 68 degrees. Not a bad looking day. Easter Sunday, mid upper 50s starting off in the morning and mid 70s in the afternoon.
Not too shabby.
Yeah, very nice. We'll take it, Mike.
Okay.
Thank you.
Right now it's 5:23, about 50 degrees.
And still ahead in your morning spotlight, Godzilla vs. Kong making its way overseas, plus how you can attend a virtual concert via an online video game.
Pick three numbers, 103, Fireball 6. Your daily four numbers, 4247, Fireball 3.
Cash 5, 2, 12, 13, 28, 33. Lotto Texas 16, 24, 42, 45, 48, 50. And your Powerball numbers, we have 6, 14, 38, 39, 65. Powerball 6, Power Play 3. Good luck.
Well, as you know by now, movie theaters and concert venues took a massive hit during the pandemic.
But there may be a light at the end of the lockdown tunnel. Here's CNN's David Daniel with the Hollywood Minute.
A titanic international debut for Godzilla vs. Kong. The supersized monster showdown opened overseas with $122 million, including more than $70 million in China. Both marks far above any other U.S. film since the coronavirus pandemic began. That's good news for theater owners looking for signs that tentpole movies can bring audiences back to theaters. Godzilla vs. Kong opens in North America Wednesday. most of the world isn't back to massive music festivals yet, except online. Grammy-nominated DJ Cascade put on a show over the weekend within Epic Games' Fortnite and the social networking app House Party. The virtual concert was set in the world of the vehicular soccer video game Rocket League. If you don't play Fortnite or use House Party, you can still enjoy the show on Rocket League's YouTube channel. In Hollywood, I'm David Daniel.
Even though it's virtual, it kind of looks fun.
Yeah, that's weird.
It is weird.
Yeah. To each his own. 527, about 50 degrees.
And still ahead on GMSA, the U.S. may face another COVID-19 surge pretty soon. We will get the latest information from medical experts on what it will take to avoid it.
Vacations could soon be making a comeback. We'll take a look at new vacation reservation numbers from Airbnb.
Hi, good morning. Happy Monday. It is March 29th.
Fell asleep with the windows open last night? Needed an extra blanket by this morning.
Oh, definitely. And a jacket on the way out.
Yeah, it's been on the cool side. Here's Mike with an update. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, and you will need your jacket just about every morning this week. Maybe not tomorrow, but definitely this morning and for the end of the week and the start of April. Oh, yeah, just wait to see that. All right, we've got a lot of clear skies out there right now, and maybe a couple of clouds here and there. Temperature stands at 50. Dew point is very low, 36. So we got some dry air, light little breeze, and that's why we're going to be dropping down a couple of more notches here in the next few hours. 42 right now, Kerrville, Fredericksburg, 50 also in Rock Springs. Same thing here in town. And just a whole laundry list of allergens out there. And Oak, you knew it was coming. It is on the high side, 2,400 approximately. Molds moderate and low amounts of everything else out there. And throughout the rest of today, 68 at noon, 75 for a high temperature. We'll see a couple of more clouds kind of moving on in here, especially from the south as the afternoon rolls on. Still a very nice day. Wind out of the southeast at about 10 to 15 miles per hour. Humidity is going to be comfortable today, but overnight the humidity is definitely going to be coming back on in here. Some mist and drizzle probably tomorrow morning. Then we got a big front moving on through here. For this time of year, this is a pretty decent front that's going to be moving through on Wednesday morning. Details on that in just a couple of minutes. Traffic Authority Samuel King, what's the latest, sir?
Oh, good morning, Mike. Good morning, everyone. A tow truck has arrived on the scene here of this stalled vehicle. This is at I-10 at Loop 410 on the on-ramp there where they all come together. So hopefully that will be cleared up soon. And as we take a look at the maps, this is where that is, of course, on the maps at Crossroads area here. This is 410, this is I-10, so that stalled vehicle there is on the connector ramp. Looking other parts of the north side, we still have this situation on 1604, but it appears to be improving by the moment. We still have some slowdowns there as you approach the crashing there at Huebner down to 42 miles per hour, but we couldn't really see police activity anymore on the 1604 at Northwest Military TransGuide camera that we showed you a little bit earlier. So this could be cleared out here very soon, and that'll be good news for the morning commute. Looking at some travel time, still pretty green all around. 17 minutes coming in on 35 from Lytle, 28 minutes from the Pleasanton area on 37, 26 minutes on 35 from New Braunfels. And here again, Loop 410 at I-10, the ramp there, you see that tow truck there, hopefully getting that vehicle out of the way before the commute gets going too much. We'll have another update here in a few minutes. Mark, Stephanie.
Thank you, Samuel. New this morning, San Antonio police are investigating what led up to a shooting at an apartment complex on the northwest side. Happened just after midnight in the 1200 block of Babcock near Loop 410. Police said during an argument, a man was shot in the leg and chest. SAPD says a woman suspected in the shooting ran towards Balcones Heights. So far, police have not found the woman. The victim is reported to be in stable condition. Is a fourth COVID surge avoidable? Medical experts say yes, but it seems not everyone is listening.
CNN's Brett Conway has a look at what's causing the recent rise in cases and what it's going to take to get that case count turned around.
New cases of COVID-19 are on the rise again. Doctors Ashish Jha, Anthony Fauci, and Scott Gottlieb caution that it's up to us to keep this rise from shifting to a surge. Now, variants are playing a part in the case count.
This is basically what we were all saying was going to happen around the second half of March.
The variant first identified in the UK is more contagious and now likely to become dominant, but it's not the only reason behind the rise.
What we're likely seeing is because of things like spring break and pulling back on the mitigation methods that you've seen now. Several states have done that.
A lot of the spread is happening among younger people, 10 to 19, but also 20 to 29. That's the group that is moving around, kind of relaxed and getting infected.
Experts say it's not time to relax yet. We need to hold on to our masks, avoid crowds, and hold off on travel until we can get more people vaccinated, especially in areas with rising case counts.
I think what we need to do is try to continue to vaccinate, surge vaccine into those parts of the country. So the incremental vaccine that's coming onto the market, I think the Biden administration can allocate it to parts of the country that look hot right now.
Then it comes down to patience.
We're weeks away from a point where we can begin to do these things a bit more safely.
But if we could just get 2 or 3 more weeks of around 3 million vaccines a day, that's going to be a pretty big backstop against a true fourth surge.
I'm Britt Conway reporting.
The Ever Given container ship in the Suez Canal has been partially dislodged after blocking the waterway for almost a week. Efforts to fully refloat it are likely to continue for some time. There were promising signs earlier today when the rear of the vessel was freed from one of the canal's banks. Egyptian officials say that crews plan to refloat the vessel completely later today. The operation to free the rest of the ship will resume when the water level rises in the late morning.
The Biden administration working on a system for people to prove they've been vaccinated against coronavirus. The so-called Vax Pass or vaccine passport could be used by individuals in the workplace, school, or traveling internationally. The travel industry in particular has been calling on the government to develop a kind of universal Vax Pass system. According to the Washington Post, the demand for the pass is expected to become more urgent as more Americans get vaccinated every day.
President Joe Biden feels confident about the U.S. making changes regarding gun safety. The issue is once again in the spotlight following the recent fatal shootings in the Atlanta area and in Boulder, Colorado. On Sunday, while departing Delaware to return to the White House, Biden says he's willing to discuss a bill that includes universal background checks. In 1993, then Senator Biden was among those instrumental in getting the Brady bill passed through the Senate. That bill, named after former Press Secretary James Brady, who was severely injured during an assassination attempt on President Reagan, called for a ban on military-style rifles.
Right now, we're just about 537 and hovering around 50 degrees.
And still ahead, how the Biden administration is planning to address and repair aging infrastructure across the country.
And an update on severe storms that spawned twisters in 4 states over the weekend.
And taking a look outside with live cam, your screen there says 53. It is actually 50 degrees in the San Antonio area, but still chilly. Grab a light jacket for today, and we'll see some sunshine later on. We'll be right back.
Welcome back to GMSA. Severe storms wreaked havoc in parts of the country over the weekend. At least 16 tornadoes touched down across 4 states.
And in Nashville, the city's mayor has declared a state of emergency. Here's ABC's Mona Kasar Abdi with the details.
Nashville's mayor declaring a state of emergency on Sunday and hoping for state and federal resources to help with recovery. Severe storms causing severe flooding around the city. At least 4 people were killed.
Nashville received more than 7 inches of rain over the past 48 hours. Now that is the second highest 2-day rainfall total in our history.
The water rising overnight as people slept. Some streets turned into rivers, other roads severely damaged. This room submerged under several feet of water. This man's apartment totally destroyed.
And then you come back and all your stuff is gone.
Everything. It looks like someone came in and ransacked.
More than 130 people had to be rescued.
The teams responded bravely to rescue people.
In Indiana, a 40-year-old man was killed when severe thunderstorms toppled this massive tree. Witnesses say he was trying to escape the storm. Over the past 24 hours, at least 16 tornadoes were reported across 4 states, one of them ripping apart these homes in West Tennessee. These aerial images show some of the damage left behind in East Texas. Roofs ripped off, trees snapped, debris scattered throughout neighborhoods.
And I got right in the hallway and it hit. I heard glass and my roof, I heard that aluminum coming off, and and I kept praying, Lord, 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 and where I was standing, nothing was touched.
That same storm system moving east Sunday night, bringing with it damaging wind gusts and heavy rains. Mona Kosar Abdi, ABC News, New York.
And time now is 5:41 and about 50 degrees right now.
Up next, a hopeful sign of recovery as vacation rental sites like Airbnb have seen a huge uptick in the number of reservations. Good morning. Welcome back to GMSA. 544, just weeks after signing a historic $1.9 trillion COVID-19 relief law, President Biden is set to unveil the second big legislative push of his administration.
But this proposal may be a little more difficult to pass because it includes tax increases. CNN's John Lawrence reports.
The Biden administration's Build Back Better package calls for roughly $3 trillion worth of new spending. The president's plan is comprised of two separate proposals. The first focuses on improving U.S. infrastructure like highways and bridges.
We shouldn't be 13th in the world. I don't think anyone believes that.
Home-based issues are included in the second part to be announced in April.
Healthcare, childcare, addressing that. It's a crisis right now. The number of women who have left the workforce, he wants to help to address that.
Biden says the Build Back Better plan will create millions of jobs while giving America's working families the tools, choices, and freedom needed to boost the U.S. economy. It also calls for hundreds of billions in tax credits, something Republicans in D.C. are pouncing on.
A so-called infrastructure proposal that may actually be a Trojan horse for massive tax hikes and other job-killing left-wing policies.
Others are concerned about the project's price tag.
Once you go into we're just going to raise corporate tax rates, that's going to be tough because right now infrastructure is funded by the gas tax. So we have to have a discussion about that.
I'm John Lawrence reporting.
In your morning consumer headlines, and a hopeful sign for the economy, travel sites Airbnb and VRBO are reporting a boom in online reservations. VRBO, which stands for Vacation Rentals by Owner, is said to be off to its best start in a quarter century. Shares of rival Airbnb are up more than 20% this year following the company's successful initial public offering in 2020. Airbnb's hosts have earned a combined $1 billion since the pandemic began last year. Meanwhile, Expedia's stock, which owns VRBO, has soared more than 30%. Analysts believe consumers are ready to travel and vacation again with the end of the pandemic in sight. Bookings for Travelocity, Orbitz, and Hotwire are starting to bounce back too.
Bit of a sticky situation for Krispy Kreme, the donut maker facing criticism for its offer of a free donut for anyone who gets a coronavirus vaccine shot. Critics are complaining that's not exactly healthy. In response, the company's head said if folks don't want to visit a donut shop, they don't have to.
Facebook and Google are teaming up to help lay new undersea cables that would connect Singapore, Indonesia, and North America. The two cables would increase internet capacity across the Pacific by 70%.
As we get towards the end of Women's History Month, we're highlighting those who have been instrumental in the foundation of our city and our business community.
This weekend, our Max Massey and Sarah Costa spoke with Dr. Yvonne Katz of the San Antonio Women's Chamber of Commerce. Max Massey joins us to break it all down.
The San Antonio Women's Chamber of Commerce is an inspiring organization who not only aims to help the business community, but also help the future of the Alamo City. We talked about a lot. We talked about the mission of the chamber, what this past year has been like, and what comes next. Here's just part of our conversation.
So we have a lot to do with dealing with the pay gap that women in San Antonio and throughout the country have to deal with. So again, we are working very hard. We know that what we have learned through the pandemic are things that we would like to see continue. So we're helping our businesses and corporations to understand, that women have had to do everything during this pandemic.
If you were interested in listening to the full interview, we have all that and so much more of our Leading SA conversations. Just head to KSAT.com. Guys, back to you.
5:48 on your Monday morning.
Let's go ahead and check in with Samuel King. We had a little bit of a problem on the north side off 1604. How are things looking now?
Looking much better. Stephanie will have more on that in just a second. Just wanted to show you the situation here at I-10 at Loop 410. They just towed that vehicle just a few minutes ago, so that on-ramp is reopened. Let's take a look at the map so you can see the icon there still on 1604, as you're talking about there, Stephanie. And this is a 1604 in Heavener. Just received word that they have cleared this accident scene or this crash scene from overnight. This is a pretty serious crash. We're hoping to get some more information on what happened there, any potential injuries and the like. But you can see traffic there now above the speed limit a little bit, folks, so watch your speed there. Don't want any other issues or situations there. On 281, looking fine this morning as well. Northbound 6 minutes between 1604 and Bulverde Road, 7 minutes going southbound. A small delay, but not too bad there. And again, this is TransGuide. You can see that that ramp is open for now with good timing as commute expecting to build here in the next hour or so, guys.
Thank you, Samuel. Looks like the Bluebonnets are out in full force this spring, Mike.
Driving around in Kerr County, yes, indeed. I haven't seen that many of them around. I don't know if y'all have, but
just here or there.
Yeah, some. So it doesn't seem like we've had as many, big areas of bluebonnets out there, but boy, that sure is pretty. Thank you very much for the KSAT Connect picture. Still trying to find the moon out there. I don't know if it has set yet. I don't think so. Full yesterday, of course, and it's still big and bright out there. Now, we do have a couple of clouds hanging around. They're really hard to see. They're low clouds, but notice how this sort of darkens up just a little bit, this sort of gray shade out there in parts of the hill country. Mostly clear skies are being reported here in town. Obviously, thicker clouds are further on down to the south. And so, a couple of them around here and there. And then we'll see a few more later on this afternoon, call it more partly cloudy skies or mostly cloudy down to the south. The humidity, again, this is going to be a big story over the next couple of days because it's very low. It's very comfortable out there, kind of on the chilly side. Grab a jacket with temperatures down in the 40s and 50s. And we'll still keep comfortable humidity around throughout the rest of today. But overnight, it's definitely going to come back in here. And so with the surge of humidity, that usually, of course, then spells some mist, a little bit of drizzle, maybe some patchy fog around the area tomorrow morning, and then we'll keep a lot of clouds around throughout the rest of the day tomorrow. But then there's that drier air, which is going to be coming on in here, and that's the front that'll move through late tomorrow night, basically early on Wednesday, about, say, mid-morning or so. Here's what's going on with the computer model. A couple of clouds, especially down to the south today. Some of that mist and drizzle around here tomorrow. Cloudy skies throughout the rest of the day. And then on Wednesday morning, here's the front moving on through. It may squeeze out a couple of showers, very few and far between, but just one or two of them. And that's going to work its way on through here. And as it does, it's going to be pulling down much, much cooler air. So we'll start off when you wake up Wednesday morning, it's still going to be warm on the humid side, and then that front moves on through here, and temperatures will go up a little bit, but I think we only stay in about the mid-60s for high temperature then on Wednesday, and we're going to have some cooler mornings then the rest of the week and even going on into the weekend. So yeah, jacket this morning and probably every other morning this week. 68 degrees today at noon. Mostly sunny skies, more clouds down to the south, and then partly cloudy later on today. 75 high temperature. Pretty much what you would expect this time of year. And then we go into tomorrow, and it's going to be much warmer and more humid, mist and drizzle in the morning, 82 in the afternoon, breezy and windy on Wednesday as well in behind that front, 65 degrees. That's going to be it. And maybe a shower as that front moves on through here. Then on Thursday, April Fool's Day, we start off at 48 degrees and only 68 again, so definitely on the cool side. And going on into Easter weekend, 70 on Good Friday, and we're going to be right around mid-70s on Easter Sunday.
See, we can fool around Thursday and then we redeem ourselves by Friday.
Exactly.
Yes, a little chilly on Thursday.
Easter weekend is here. Can you believe it?
I know.
Crazy. Right now, about 5:52 on your Monday morning.
And for the first time in a long while, animation does not take the crown. A look at your weekend box office report next.
Big three numbers, 103, Fireball 6. Daily four numbers, 4247, Fireball 3.
Cash 5, 2, 12, 13, 28, 33, and Lotto Texas 16, 24, 42, 45, 48, 50. Your Powerball numbers, we have 6, 14, 38, 39, 65, Powerball 6, Power Play 3. Good luck.
You to stop going to Moscow. I am asking you as your wife.
I didn't want you to be involved.
The Courier fell to 5th place in its second weekend. The Cold War spy drama made $1 million.
Whoa, stop! Don't come any closer.
Chaos Walking, starring Tom Holland, took 4th place with nearly $1.2 million.
If a picture of these mouse is tweeted out to Instabook Face or TikTok, we will be ruined.
$2.5 million landed Tom and Jerry in third place.
I believe our people can come together again, but someone has to take the first step.
After 3 weekends on top, Raya and the Last Dragon fell to second. $3.5 million gave it a domestic total of $28 million.
So they took maybe $20 and an old watch?
Nobody was anything but anonymous. The action thriller starring Bob Odenkirk debuted on top, grossing $6.7 million. In Hollywood, I'm David Daniel.
The San Antonio Book Festival has its 2021 author lineup and event schedule ready to go. Includes nearly 200 local, regional, and national authors. This year, due to the pandemic, the festival is online April 9th through the 11th. It's a family-friendly event. And for more information, go to ksatcommunity.com. Check it out. Pandemic pushed back an Easter tradition around here last year, but could camping in the Alamo City be making a comeback this year? Up next on GMSA. An update on when the city will be making the decision whether to reopen parks for Easter weekend. Checking TransGuide, we've already had a couple of incidents this morning. Samuel King has been tracking those from the traffic lab. We'll get an update from him. And meteorologist Mike Oster is coming up with another wild week weather-wise. We're kind of all over the place, especially when it comes to some cooler temperatures around here. Stick around. We'll be right back.
Today is a big day for Texas in its fight against COVID-19, making all adults eligible to receive the vaccine. Good morning, I'm Sarah Acosta. In just a bit, how you can register for a vaccine.
This Sunday is Easter, but an annual tradition in San Antonio is still up in the air. We'll hear about the latest about camping in San Antonio parks.
And taking a look outside with live cam, your screen there says 53 degrees, but we actually dropped down a little bit to 48. So definitely a cool start to your morning.
Live from KSAT 12. Good morning, San Antonio starts right now.
Hope you had an awesome weekend. Good morning, everybody. Let's get the week rolling. It is Monday, March 29th.
Yeah, happy Monday. Thank you for joining us. I was telling Mark and Mike earlier that I knew the rain would come. Yes, I knew it would come. Yes, I did on Sunday, but I still tried to chance it and beat the rain. And I went for an early run on Sunday, and I didn't make it.
Well, I commend you for your exercise, though.
Oh, thank you.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
So it was a nice, cool, wet run.
Yes, it was, towards the end.
And then after that, if you didn't dry off, it got kind of cold with all the wind yesterday.
Yeah,
it was very
definitely.
gusty. It was definitely blustery yesterday, and it's going to be windy again, especially on Wednesday. More on that in a second. Starting off this morning, and you can see there's a plane that just took off, heading to destinations unknown. And the moon is going to be setting here. It's obviously 1 day past full, but still a big, bright, full moon out there, and you can see it quite nicely. A couple of clouds here and there in portions of the hill country. 48 in town, 41 Bulverde. And flirting right around the upper 30s even in some of the outlying areas out there in portions of the hill country. And boy, there's a lot going on. If you're sneezing, sniffling, and stopped up, oak is on the high side. Mold is moderate. A lot of everything else. Dry air is in place, really comfortable, so we're going to see a huge jump in temperatures throughout the day. We're going to be gaining basically 30 degrees throughout the course of the day, and throughout this morning, we'll see maybe 1 or 2 more clouds out there, 68 degrees at noon, and then we're going to top off at 75 for a high temperature, about what you'd expect this time of year for the end of March, and a few more clouds. Call it partly cloudy skies later on today, and then more clouds overnight. And then the humidity does make a big return tomorrow. More on that and more on that front that's going to be coming through to ring out March. Details coming up in just a couple of minutes. Traffic Authority, Samuel King. What's the latest, sir?
Good morning, Mike, and good morning, everyone. First off, a look at travel times here. 24 minutes coming in from Bernie to downtown on I-10, 27 minutes on 281 from Bulverde, and 26 minutes on 35 from New Braunfels into downtown San Antonio. This incident just popping up on 410 at Babcock, trying to work on some more information on that. Let's walk over and take a look at the maps here. We had a stalled vehicle reported here earlier. This is a 410 at I-10, but what we're seeing there is a little further west, and so again, we'll have some more information on that coming up. I had a major crash on 1604 at Huebner this morning, but that is now cleared. You can see that travel time pretty good there on 1604, 11 minutes between Bandera and 281 on the eastbound lanes. And again, here, this is 410 at Babcock Road. Still trying to figure out exactly what this is, but you can see there's some emergency vehicles there in that far lane there. So watch out for that if you're on 410 this morning. We'll have another update coming up.
New this morning, the Bexar County Sheriff's Office investigating the potential stabbing of a Vaughn Army police officer. It happened around 10:30 last night in the 1800 block of Jet Road. That's near Palo Alto, outside of 1604 in South Bexar County. Now, deputies say that a police officer was working a rodeo event when he was apparently stabbed in the ankle. Sheriff's officers are still, or rather sheriff's deputies are still investigating, and they'll say they'll release more information as they get more.
San Antonio police are looking for a shooter on the city's northwest side. It happened at the Trio apartment complex in the 1200 block of Babcock Road near Hillcrest Drive. Police say an argument broke out, which led to the shooting. One man was taken to University Hospital after being shot in the leg and chest and is in stable condition this morning. Meanwhile, the woman police believe shot the man ran away toward Balcones Heights.
San Antonio police continue to investigate a shooting on the southeast side where 4 people were hurt late last night. Happened just after 9 at an apartment complex on Dollarhide Avenue. Police say a group got into an argument and that led to the shooting. Police say the shooting spread throughout the entire complex and 3 people fired at each other. They say bullets hit 3 people, including a 16-year-old boy and a 19-year-old woman. Both were taken to BAMC in critical condition. A 3rd person was shot in the arm and was taken to a hospital in stable condition. No arrests have been made so far.
Today is a big day for Texas when it comes to the fight against COVID-19. All adults in Texas are now eligible to receive a COVID-19 vaccine. This also includes 16 and 17-year-olds as well. Our Sarah Costa is live downtown with how you can get your vaccine. And Sarah, for those under 18, what's the criteria?
Good morning, Stephanie. Yeah, if you are 16 or 17 years old, you are eligible for the COVID-19 vaccine, but it must be the Pfizer vaccine. And today marks a big step for Texas in vaccinating adults. If you're an adult in Texas, if you want a vaccine, you are now able to get one. Texas opening up vaccines to all adults makes it the most populous state in the U.S. to expand the vaccine eligibility to all adults. Texas has nearly 30 million residents, and if you haven't been able to get a vaccine yet, here is how you can sign up for one in San Antonio. There are currently 4 public vaccine distribution sites in the city. That includes Metro Health's clinic at the Alamo Dome, a WellMed clinic at the Elvira Cisneros Senior Community Center on the south side, a WellMed clinic at the Alicia Trevino Lopez Senior Community Center on the west side, and University Health's clinic at Wonderland of the Americas Mall. Now, appointments are needed for all these locations, either made online or by phone, and you can find that phone number and website links on KSAT.com. There are other private places distributing COVID-19 vaccines, including Walmart pharmacies, CVS pharmacy, and H-E-B pharmacies. They all have online registries and phone numbers to call, and all require appointments as well. You can find all these links and all this information right now on KSAT.com. Reporting live from downtown, I'm Sarah Costa, KSAT 12 News. Mark and Stephanie.
Thank you, Sarah. It's not just Texas expanding vaccine access today. More states are allowing more adults to apply.
Meanwhile, a COVID outbreak at a Nebraska daycare is highlighting the risk posed by the UK variant. ABC's Andrew Dimbert has the latest.
This morning, more Americans are becoming eligible for the COVID vaccine. In Florida, anyone 40 and older is now eligible.
So we're anticipating a rush. We're ready for it. But the best thing to do is plan ahead and come prepared.
Despite higher vaccination rates, COVID infections are on the rise in nearly half the country. 1 year after becoming the epicenter of the pandemic, New York and New Jersey once again have the highest infection rates. The uptick blamed on a perfect storm of relaxed restrictions, a surge in travel, and the spread of the more contagious variants of the virus, including that UK variant.
We have to understand that there is a higher amount of population density in certain cities, alongside the fact that we do have some homegrown variants, such as in New York, which could be contributing to this as well. There's also the fact that in places like Texas and Florida, there may be something to do with more outdoor spaces. And also one thing to keep in mind with those spring breakers, they will travel back to where they came.
In Omaha, Nebraska, a daycare voluntarily closed after more than 100 cases were traced back to the facility, a significant number believed to be the UK variant.
What do you do then with all of these children who have now tested positive and could potentially deal with the ramifications of this for weeks, months on end?
Andrew Dimbert, ABC News, New York.
While local health officials report 317 new cases of COVID-19 here in Bexar County and no new deaths. However, the county added more than 1,200 backlog cases and 67 backlog deaths. 182 people still remain in the hospital due to the virus. The schedule for the county briefings will change today as well. They'll no longer be daily, just on Mondays and Thursdays.
The pandemic pushed back an Easter tradition last year, and it could do the same this year. Here is what Mayor Ron Niebuhr had to say last night about camping this Easter.
When we do make that decision, it will be made out of an abundance of caution with the current health guidance and conditions at the time.
The city plans to make the decision this week. For years, families in San Antonio have gathered in park spaces claiming their piece of land where they can camp and celebrate the Easter holiday. Parks closed for Easter weekend last year for the first time. And for now, the number of cases on the decline and vaccinations are on the rise. But we will have to wait to see what happens next.
A joint study between the World Health Organization and China came out with new findings about the supposed origins of the coronavirus. The study out today through the Associated Press says transmission from bats to another animal to humans is the most likely scenario. Study says extremely unlikely the outbreak happened because of a lab leak, going against popular conspiracy theories. The team says they'll continue to research every possible avenue on the coronavirus spread except the lab leak theory.
And as if navigating the pandemic wasn't hard enough, expecting parents are facing some extra challenges. For pregnant women, the pandemic provides a whole new set of concerns. And all month long, we've been receiving your questions. And this Wednesday, we will be answering them with a panel of experts. Our town hall event will cover not only pregnancy, but infertility concerns as well. And join us for our Pregnancy and Infertility in a Pandemic Town Hall this Wednesday at 2 p.m. You can stream the event online at KSAT.com or on your KSAT TV app wherever you stream.
Chilly start to our day. Right now we're at 6:10 and 48 degrees.
A local entrepreneur used her past work experiences to start a new taxi company. We're going to learn more about the Alert Taxi later on GMSA.
And after the break, we'll see how a mental health program has been growing since its inception at South San Independent School District.
And taking a look outside with live cam. Yes, it is a cool start to your morning. We're actually at 48 degrees right now. Grab that jacket and we expect sunshine later today. We'll be right back.
.614, 2 years ago, a mental health pilot program began at South San ISD.
And since then, that program has expanded and is now helping more students, their families, and faculty.
Our Eric Hernandez has been following the program since it first started and has more about its growth.
In August 2019, the Care Zone opened up at South San ISD, a collaborative program involving 6 local agencies that gave the district a mental health wellness mobile unit after students asked for more services.
The beauty of the collaborative right now is who knew that literally 2 years ago that we would expand to 3 districts.
Harlandale and Edgewood ISDs have since added the Care Zone, and 8 more districts are in the process of including it as well.
In our first year, we had 1,600 people, and it's grown now with the 3 school districts. We've now, since the beginning of this year, we've seen over 5,000 people.
The program's curriculum has also expanded as a result of the pandemic, and services became widely available virtually.
Teachers and the administrators did not have any roadmap to deal with this, but now they had our services to consult with, to really figure out how to implement behavioral health challenges in the classroom over Zoom.
The program is now also getting noticed across the nation as more children and families are in need of mental health resources. We have more information about the Care Zone on our website. Also, we have a mental wellness section for those seeking more information about the topic. Erica Hernandez, KSAT 12 News.
16 past the hour.
Go ahead and check in with Samuel King. There are a couple of accidents that cleared up already.
Yes, Mark and Stephanie was just checking on some things there, but we do have a stalled vehicle. This is Loop 410 at Babcock Road. You can see at least 2 of the lanes and westbound direction are shut down at the moment as they work to clear this. So let's take a look at the maps here as we get a closer look at the area. There are a couple of other stalled vehicles around being reported, but you can see here there's still green on the map, but you saw in the TransSky picture that is causing some disruptions there. And we widen the view out here. Also, we'll check on this situation here. Looks like 410 and 35. A couple of these stalled vehicles, I believe at least one or two of these are clear, but again, Babcock Road is where we are seeing the issue. On Fredericksburg Road, if you're in that area on the west side, 14 minutes between Huebner and Woodlawn, so that's a fairly normal time for this time of morning. And again, 1604, we had that crash on Huebner this morning, but again, those travel times looking good, 11 minutes in each direction. Again, here is TransSky, a fuller view now of what's going on Babcock Road. You can see traffic is flowing there, but you can see the cones and flares. Again, this reported as a stalled vehicle westbound on Loop 410 at Babcock Road, guys.
Thank you, Samuel. Plan ahead or you might hear the following words. Mom, I'm cold.
Yes, as soon as they step out the door.
Yes, indeed, especially if kids have to wait at the bus stop this morning because it's definitely chilly out there. I mean, temperatures down in the 40s, even low 40s in the hill country, and mostly clear skies. A couple of clouds here and there, and then we'll see a few more of them later on this afternoon. We're going to make it up to 75 degrees later on this afternoon, which is about what you would expect this time of year. Take a look at this picture. I love this one. This is great looking. Just those two lone little flowers, but the truck in the background all painted up like the Texas flag. That's just a great shot. Thank you very much.
Mike, I just realized I put two and together out looking at Instagram. This is actually a buddy of mine named Woody.
Oh, it is?
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Oh.
And he sends us some really good ones, so be on the lookout for more of that.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Well, Woody, you have been, now the challenge is up to you. Send more great pictures. Mm-hmm. And thank you very much for that, by the way. All right. Still haven't been able to spot the moon out there yet, at least from this vantage point on this camera. But it's big and bright, and we have mostly clear skies, as I mentioned. A couple of clouds out in portions of the hill country. And everybody, with few exceptions, is down in the 40s right now. 40 Bulverde, as well as Comfort, 47 Helotes and Port SA. Lost Maples, 51 degrees. And dry air. So we had that front move through yesterday morning, gave some rain, maybe not as much as we had hoped for, but at least some folks did get some, only 0.03 of an inch, unfortunately, officially out there at the airport. And the dry air in place, so that's allowing temperatures to cool down, and then we warm up quite quickly throughout the afternoon. We'll see a few more clouds kind of moving on in here as the day rolls on. And then overnight, the humidity is going to be coming back in here. So we do have mist and drizzle, some maybe a sprinkle here and there, some patchy fog, kind of the usual situation when we had that return, that big return of humidity, and then a lot of clouds throughout the day. Then going into Wednesday, we'll start off very mild, and right along that line there, and kind of a broken line of a few light showers, that's the next front moving on through. So we will be starting off in the early morning hours, warm and kind of mild temperatures, upper 50s, close to 60. And then I think we're only going to stay in the mid 60s with windy conditions on Wednesday. It's definitely going to be chilly throughout the afternoon. And then we're going to have cool mornings and cool afternoons as we go into the rest of the week, even into Easter weekend. It's going to be not bone-chilling cold, but maybe a light jacket even for Easter weekend. Here's the front that moves on through. That drops the dew point temperatures and gets rid of the humidity Wednesday and then into Thursday. It will start to climb back up going in toward the weekend, but overall I think we have a pretty nice looking weekend in store. So the forecast today, 68 degrees at noon, mostly sunny skies, high temperature 75. About what you would expect this time of year. And then tomorrow, it's going to be much milder in the morning. We'll stay in the upper 50s, maybe still a light jacket, even going to be mild on Wednesday morning. Then the front moves through here. Now tomorrow, mist and fog in the morning is possible, 82 for a high temperature, but that front moves through. Look at the difference, 65 on Wednesday. Windy conditions on Wednesday. It's going to be kind of on the coolish side then the rest of the week, mid 70s by Easter Sunday.
So you literally did put all your eggs in one basket for Sunday. Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
We love it. Thank you, Mike.
Thank you very much, Mike, for doing so. We like the commitment. 6:20 right now, about 50 degrees.
And the Spurs got a much-needed home win over the weekend. We're going to have a preview of tonight's game, which will hopefully come with a momentum boost.
Here's your secret word of the day. Enter it on KSAT.com/Circle K for a monthly chance to win free gas for a year. Every entry wins a medium coffee. Win with Circle K and GMSA.
Life doesn't stop for diabetes. Be ready for every moment with Glucerna. It's the #1 doctor-recommended brand that's scientifically designed to help manage your blood sugar. Live every moment. Glucerna.
I live the lie, love is the crime, it's you I believe in. No need to blame myself, no need to die, I'm only human. Don't hesitate. Time heals the pain. You ain't the problem.
So you want to make the best burger ever? Then make it. That means cooking day and night until you got paid. That means best burger ever.
Intuit QuickBooks helps small businesses be more successful with payments, payroll, banking, and live bookkeeping.
How did Kellogg's combine crunchy oat clusters with a touch of honey, plump, juicy raisins, and tasty fiber into one delicious cereal? It took a lot of brainstorming. Get it? Kellogg's Raisin Bran Crunch. 2 scoops of delicious.
San Antonio Spurs back in action tonight after finally getting a much-needed win against the Bulls over the weekend here at home. Tonight, we host the Sacramento Kings at 7:30. You can watch it live on Fox Sports Southwest or get highlights tomorrow morning right here on GMSA.
A San Antonio woman broke barriers in the male-dominated taxi service industry, and now she owns and operates her own taxi service here in the Alamo City. 66-year-old Linda Renee Thomas started Alert Taxi 2 years ago after she spent years working for other companies. She faced several obstacles while working for those companies that pushed her to control her own work by starting her own business. Now she hopes her journey inspires others to act on their goals in life.
You have faith all day long. Even though it's a mustard seed. If you're not doing nothing, you won't receive nothing. Okay? Do the damn thing.
And for more on Thomas's story, you can head to KSAT.com and check out the What's Up South Texas tab.
I want to meet her.
I know.
I want to meet her so bad.
She has a great personality.
Yeah, she does. About 6:25 right now on your Monday morning.
And the trial for the former Minneapolis police officer Derek Chauvin is scheduled to start today. We will see what is in store in court.
Well, after nearly a week, there are signs of hope in the Suez Canal this morning. That ship finally being pulled away from part of the bank. We'll have details coming up.
And a quick look outside of TransGuide. There's that stalled vehicle that Samuel was talking about earlier at Loop 410 and Babcock Road. If you're heading that direction, be careful, although traffic appears to be flowing. We'll be right back.
Things go wrong between a man and woman at this apartment complex, and by the time it's over, he's in the hospital and she is on the run. I'm Katrina Weber. I'll have that story.
An off-duty Von Orming police officer stabbed late last night. I'm Sarah Acosta. Coming up on GMSA, what we know about the incident.
It's the opening statements for the trial of Derek Chauvin. I'm Micah Jachi reporting in Minneapolis. Coming up, how this trial will be like no other.
And outside with live cam, it looks like we're going to wrap up the month of March on a cooler note, but hopefully clear. Good morning, everybody. It is Monday. It's March 29th.
Thanks for joining us today. Happy Monday. Hope you had a beautiful weekend. And yes, we got that much needed rain.
It's chilly, though, this morning. Mike Osterhage has been tracking temperatures. They fell into the 40s here in town.
Yeah, because after that front moved through yesterday, of course, we got some much drier air in here. As windy as can be yesterday. It's going to be windy again on Wednesday, but big warm up with the dry air today. And I've been trying to find the moon, which is absolutely gorgeous. It looks like it's way up there at the top of the screen, and it is going to continue to set, obviously. Technically, it was full yesterday, but it's still big and bright out there. So obviously, we do have a lot of clear skies right now. A couple of clouds here and there. You can see one or two of them out there in that shot. 48 degrees right now, dew point's 36. So dry air allows things to cool down and then also heat up quickly. So we're going to be gaining almost 30 degrees throughout the course of the day. In some areas, at least 30 degrees. Wind is out of the northwest right now at about 7 miles per hour. And Uvalde, 47. Same thing. Hondo, Del Rio, 58. And Carrizo Springs right now is at 50 degrees, and just a whole grocery list of allergens. Oak, as you figured. I don't know about you, but yeah, you can tell that that's on the higher side. close to 2,400. Mold is moderate and just low amounts of everything else. And we're going to have obviously mostly clear skies throughout the next couple of hours. And again, a few clouds here and there. Then more clouds later on this afternoon. Call it just partly cloudy, mid-70s, sort of a mixture of sunshine and clouds, mid-70s for a high temperature, what you would expect this time of year. Now, overnight, things are going to be changing. Humidity comes back in here, mist, maybe some fog, a little, sprinkly here and there tomorrow morning, and then warm and humid throughout the afternoon. We start off mild Wednesday morning. Then a front's going to move through here. And yes, it's going to stay cool in the afternoon and very windy. How much longer will that last? Details in just a couple of minutes. Traffic Authority, Samuel King. And you had a lot earlier this morning. Still going on?
Yeah, we still have this situation, Mike, at Loop 410 at Babcock Road, reported as a stalled vehicle. You can see the flashing lights, and one of the lanes there is blocked. So let's take a look at the maps here, get a closer look at this area. Again, Loop 410 at Babcock, just past Fredericksburg Road. You can see the icon there. Traffic down to 60 miles per hour. You saw a bit of the slowdown there, but mostly flowing well. Taking a look at other parts of the area, going to the southeast side now, and we have a little bit of a delay here on WW White at Loop 410, down to 15 miles per hour in each direction. So if you normally travel in that area, watch out for that this morning. Looking at some other travel times, 29 minutes coming in from Floresville into downtown San Antonio, 24 minutes from Lavernia, a half an hour coming in from Seguin on I-10. And again, this is Loop 410 at Babcock. Traffic starting to build, at least one of those westbound lanes still kind of blocked off there. So hopefully that will get cleared soon as the commute moves on. We'll get more of an update coming up in a few minutes.
Thank you, Samuel. A woman is on the run after an overnight shooting. San Antonio police say she shot a man at an apartment complex in the 1200 block of Babcock Road. Our Katrina Weber is there with a live report this morning. And Katrina, do police have any idea why this happened?
Well, maybe not specifically, but they did tell us that there had been an argument first. Now, they say at some point, and for some reason, that led to the shooting around 12:30 this morning. Police found the man in his 20s still at the apartment on Babcock and Glenview. He had been shot in his leg and chest. An ambulance took him to the hospital. Police say he was stable at the time. Now, they say the woman, who also was in her 20s, ran off before they arrived. They did search the area but did not find her. And they say she was last seen heading toward Balcones Heights. Reporting live on the northwest side, Katrina Weber, KSAT 12 News.
Thank you, Katrina. An off-duty area police officer was stabbed late last night while working an event. Now, this happening in South Bexar County in the 1800 block of Jet Road. Our Sarah Costa is live downtown with what we know about the incident. Good morning, Sarah.
Good morning, Stephanie. Yeah, it was an off-duty Von Ormy police officer that was working a rodeo event when he was stabbed, according to the Bexar County Sheriff's Office. So here's what we know at this time. BCSO says they were called out to the south part of Bexar County on Jet Road around 11:30 last night. BCSO says the off-duty officer was allegedly stabbed by the suspect in the ankle. Someone was able to get a tourniquet on it to stop the bleeding, but what led up to this stabbing is still not clear, and BCSO says they are still interviewing witnesses to get those details. As for a suspect, they do have a suspect in custody, but at this time, if he or she will face any charges, and if so, what charges, has not been clear by BCSO at this time. Live from downtown, I'm Sarah Acosta, KSAT 12 News. Mark and Stephanie.
6:35, the trial of Derek Chauvin is set to begin in a matter of hours. The former Minneapolis police officer facing charges in the death of George Floyd last Memorial Day.
Chauvin could face decades in jail if convicted. ABC's Ike Ajachi has the latest.
This morning, a city and a nation still reeling.
Our community has endured a great deal of trauma and pain and stress and frustration and anger.
Last Memorial Day, video from bystanders captured then Minneapolis police officer Derek Chauvin, who's white, kneeling on George Floyd's neck as the black man lay on the street face down for more than 9 minutes and 20 seconds, according to court documents. On the eve of the trial, a rally for George Floyd hosted by Reverend Al Sharpton.
But let us be clear that it is not just Chauvin on trial. The United States' ability to deal with police accountability is on trial.
Floyd's death sparking one of the largest social justice movements in U.S. history. And now, 10 months later, the former police officer will stand trial. Chauvin is facing manslaughter, second and third degree murder charges. He's pleaded not guilty to all of them. And this morning, the jury will begin listening to opening statements.
On both sides, the focus will be on causation, whether or not it's Derek Chauvin that caused the death of George Floyd.
COVID-19 restrictions making this trial look like no other. Plexiglass partitions, jurors sitting 6 feet apart. 8 of the 14 jurors expected to be seated self-identify as white and 6 as people of color. Once the trial begins, one member of Floyd's family will be in court each day. The family's attorney telling MSNBC he's prepared his clients for a difficult experience.
Them that they're going to see that video over and over again. They're also going to hear them assassinate the character of George Floyd.
Now, the city's mayor says there'll be heightened security throughout the entire trial. All 4 officers, they've been fired, and this trial is expected to last a month. Ike Ajachi, ABC News, Minneapolis.
Back here at home, we don't know when it'll happen, but the Expo Hall at Freeman Coliseum is expected to welcome unaccompanied minors who turn themselves into agents at the border. Buses will be used to transport those children to the facility. The Expo Hall can hold up to 2,400 people, though it's unclear how many children will actually be sent there. There will be security both inside and outside, and children will take a COVID test before they arrive here in San Antonio. Testing will then continue every 5 days. The goal will be to get children housed with a family member within 7 days or into a licensed care facility if a relative cannot be found.
Senator Ted Cruz is scheduled to visit a Dallas convention center today that is currently housing thousands of migrants. The facility is being used by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services. There is no press access during this visit. However, Senator Cruz sent a letter to President Biden asking for media restrictions to be lifted. It comes after Senator Cruz and John Cornyn led a Senate delegation in a tour of the Texas-Mexico border over the weekend.
Well, this morning, engineers in Egypt say that cargo ship stuck in the Suez Canal has been partially refloated, but it's still not completely free. The ship, which is the size of the Empire State Building, has been wedged across the canal since last Tuesday. Engineers have been able to dig out mud and sand and use a full moon's tide to help move the ship. It's currently starting its engines and could be out of the way of the canal by later today. We sure hope so. Every day it's blocking the canal, it's costing the global supply chain nearly $10 billion.
President Joe Biden is expected to lay out the first part of his multi-trillion-dollar infrastructure package this week. White House Press Secretary Jen Psaki says the president is expected to give a speech in Pittsburgh this Wednesday. She also says the administration plans on splitting the plan into 2 separate bills. The first would focus on roads, bridges, and public transportation. The second would focus on child and health care.
Mexico's death toll from COVID-19 is 60% higher than the number officially reported. That is according to a report released by the Mexican government just yesterday. It says that more than 321,000 people have died. That data would put Mexico as the country with the second most deaths from coronavirus, ahead of Brazil and behind only the United States.
And time now is 6:39 and about 48 degrees right now.
San Antonio Women's Chamber of Commerce is working to build a better future here in the Alamo City. After the break, we'll see how a women-led organization is important to the success of San Antonio. .43, March is Women's History Month, and we have been showing women that instrumental to the foundation of our city and also our business community.
This weekend, Max Massey and Sarah Costa spoke with Dr. Yvonne Katz of the San Antonio Women's Chamber of Commerce. Max Massey joins us to break it all down.
The San Antonio Women's Chamber of Commerce is an inspiring organization who not only aims to help the business community, but also help the future of the Alamo City. We talked about a lot. We talked about the mission of the chamber, what this past year has been like, and what comes next. Here's just part of our conversation.
So we have a lot to do with dealing with the pay gap that women in San Antonio and throughout the country have to deal with. So again, we are working very hard. We know that what we have learned through the pandemic are things that we would like to see continue. So we're helping our businesses and corporations to understand, that women have had to do everything during this pandemic.
If you were interested in listening to the full interview, we have all that and so much more of our leading SA conversations. Just head to KSAT.com. Guys, back to you.
And earlier today, we were looking at a stalled vehicle at Loop 410. Let's go ahead and check back with Samuel King.
Yeah, it's still there, Stephanie and Mark, here on Loop 410 and Babcock Road. You can see the cones there. At least one of the Right lanes heading westbound is still closed here. You can see the emergency vehicles. Let's take a look at this on the map again so you can get a closer view here. Again, this is Babcock Road. This is Loop 410. Traffic down to 55 miles per hour. So some delays there. Hopefully that gets cleared up fairly soon. Bandera Road between 1604 and 410. 11 minutes heading northbound there and 10 minutes heading southbound. So could be better, could be worse. And again, here's a better look at that Loop 410 at Babcock Road. You see traffic is flowing there, but here you see the emergency vehicles there around that stalled vehicle. Again, guys, hope it is cleared soon.
Thank you, Samuel. Gorgeous picture right there by Yvonne.
Yeah, another one of our loyal GMSA viewers delivering in a big way.
I think that's my favorite picture in a while there, how everything is just kind of, almost monochromatic in the background, and then there's the flag and the poppies in the foreground. So cool looking with the windmill and that old structure out there, that old house.
Thanks, Yvonne.
That's really, really cool looking. Thank you very much for that one, Yvonne. And there we have right up just above the banner up there. There is the full moon, or technically just past full moon, which is almost ready to set. So we got a lot of clear skies out there. A couple of clouds. You can see if you kind of squint, a few of these lower clouds that are trying to slide on in here, say in portions of the hill country. You saw on that live cam, one or two clouds out there. More down to the south, and we'll see more kind of pushing on in here throughout the rest of today. And humidity, very low this morning, and it's going to stay very comfortable throughout the day. So that's why we're going to have about a 30-degree swing in temperatures. Dry air doesn't hold the heat in as well, and then it also heats up a lot more easily than moist air does. And again, that's why we gain 30 degrees. Now, overnight, humidity is really going to come back in, so it's going to be a different story tomorrow morning. With all that humidity moving back on in here, we'll probably have some, mist, drizzle, a little bit patchy fog here and there, and that's going to be the situation throughout the day. Then notice the drier air out there to the northwest. That's what's going to be coming in here then about mid-morning on Wednesday. So we have a few extra clouds around here today, more clouds overnight. There's some of the mist, a sprinkly shower or two, not anything of any consequence, just kind of that nuisance stuff tomorrow, and basically cloudy skies throughout the day. Then, again, mid-morning, we'll start off in about this time on Wednesday. It's still going to be on the mild, on the humid side. That front's going to move on through here. It's going to squeeze out a couple of sprinkly showers, continue to work its way down to the southeast, and temperatures aren't going to be going up all that much throughout the day on Wednesday. We'll start upper 50s, maybe close to 60, and then only going for mid 60s for a high temperature on Wednesday, and very, very windy conditions. So fire danger, which even this afternoon is a little bit on the higher side in portions of the hill country. Fire danger on Wednesday is going to be much higher with the windy and very dry conditions. Around the country, only two temperatures showing up below freezing right now, Chicago as well as Cutbank, Montana. And we've got that next trough out there to the northwest of us, and for the most part all of this is going to stay north of us, but it does start to dig down here a little bit. That's what's going to be throwing that next front through here on Wednesday morning, and then we get in this northwesterly flow, so that pulls down that cooler and drier air. So it's going to be chilly in the morning and staying a little bit below normal even through the rest of the week, and then we'll start to kind of taper off a little bit and get a slightly milder heading in toward Easter Sunday. Temperatures will be coolish in the morning, maybe a light jacket, and then mid-70s in the afternoon. And then big trough out in the Pacific next week. Looks like that's going to be starting to warm things up in toward next week. So details this week. Overall, kind of on the cool side. Today, we're starting off chilly and then warm up nicely. We gain about 20 degrees already by noon, mostly sunny skies. And then high temperature up to 75 today. A few more clouds this afternoon. Humidity comes back in overnight. Mist, drizzle, patchy fog tomorrow morning, up to 82 in the afternoon. And then 59 starting off on Wednesday. So very mild, but we'll only make it up to about the mid 60s. A couple of sprinkles early in the morning on Wednesday. And then those low temperatures, again, upper 40s the rest of the week, low 50s on Saturday, and only upper 60s on Thursday, 70 on Friday.
Steph, I bet if we ask real nice, he'll wear his Easter seersucker suit on Friday.
I hope so.
We like the Gatsby
Yes.
look. Trust me.
Maybe.
Okay.
Maybe.
All right.
We'll see what happens.
We'll work on it. Thank you, Mike. Right now it's about 10 till, and we're at 48 degrees.
Yeah, pretty chilly out there. And an inspiration for poetry can be found in every aspect of life. Tomorrow on GMSA, we'll see how a local poet writes about her experience growing up on the city's south side to shed a light on the meaning of community.
And outside with live cam, there's the moon headed down, waiting for the sun to come up. That's the way that works this time of day. We'll be right back.
Good afternoon.
New cases of COVID-19 are on the rise again. Doctors Ashish Jha, Anthony Fauci, and Scott Gottlieb caution that it's up to us to keep this rise from shifting to a surge. Now, variants are playing a part in the case count.
This is basically what we were all saying was going to happen around the second half of March.
The variant first identified in the UK is more contagious and now likely to become dominant, but it's not the only reason behind the rise.
What we're likely seeing is because of things like spring break and pulling back on the mitigation methods that you've seen now. Several states have done that.
A lot of the spread is happening among younger people, 10 to 19, but also 20 to 29. That's the group that is moving around, kind of relaxed and getting infected.
Experts say it's not time to relax yet. We need to hold on to our masks, avoid crowds, and hold off on travel until we can get more people vaccinated, especially in areas with rising case counts.
I think what we need to do is try to continue to vaccinate, surge vaccine into those parts of the country. So the incremental vaccine that's coming onto the market, I think the Biden administration can allocate it to parts of the country that look hot right now.
Then it comes down to patience.
We're weeks away from a point where we can begin to do these things a bit more safely.
But if we could just get 2 or 3 more weeks of around 3 million vaccines a day, that's going to be a pretty big backstop against a true fourth surge.
I'm Britt Conway reporting.
San Antonio police say angry words have led to gunfire. Good morning, I'm Katrina Weber. A man is in the hospital and police say a woman is on the run. This was a shooting that happened here in the 1200 block of Babcock a little bit after 12:30 this morning. Police say the man and woman, who are both in their 20s, got into an argument at an apartment here. At some point, they say the woman shot the man. That man was hit in his leg and chest and was rushed to a hospital. Police searched this area for the woman but did not find her. Reporting from the northwest side, Katrina Weber, KSAT 12 News.
San Antonio police continue to investigate a shooting on the city's southeast side that sent 3 people to the hospital. It happened just after 9 at an apartment complex on Dollarhide Avenue. They say bullets hit 3 people, including a 16-year-old boy and a 19-year-old woman. Both were taken to BAMC in critical condition. A third person was shot in the arm and was taken to a hospital in stable condition. No arrests have been made.
Let's check traffic at 5 till. Here's Samuel King.
Mark, Stephanie, here's a quick look at some travel times. 24 minutes coming in on I-10 from Bernie, 27 minutes coming in on 35 from New Braunfels. And here's that situation still, Loop 410 at Babcock Road, the right lane closed. Let's take a quick look at the maps here just to show you that here. So a bit of a slowdown, you're down to 55 miles per hour. Take you up to New Braunfels now, northbound 35 just north of State Highway 46 down to 10 miles per hour there. Again, situation near Mike on Loop 410 and Babcock Road.
Thank you, sir. And look off to the west, you see the moon setting. Look off to the east in the nice orange glow as the sun is just about to pop over the horizon. It is chilly out there, down to 47 right now in town, and some upper 30s, pair of 39s in Kerrville and Comfort. And we do have 68 degrees in store for later on today, 75 for a high temperature. So big warm up today and a few more clouds later on this afternoon. Very warm and humid tomorrow, and then that big front Wednesday.
Looking forward to it. Thank you, Mike.
Thank you, guys. Everybody have a great day.
Happy Monday. We'll see you back here at 9.
Wow, look at that.